Okay. Crits will now trigger for the entire output set. So it's no longer with like force field. You get the crit on the shield, but not on the damage. You always get it on both or none. I think it was like this originally. They've changed how crits on multi-strike works at some point. I think this got changed at the same time, and now this is getting reverted. I imagine this doesn't affect multi-strike, I would hope. Level up rewards that provide upgrades now utilize the pedestal system. I have no idea what that means. Okay. Gumball machine gets 5 gumballs at a time. Cool. Makes that a little less annoying. Pearl's dig site was appearing at the wrong slot during hourly selection. Oh, so it's not a shop encounter anymore? I kind of liked that. With how late they showed up. You spend more gold at Pearls than you do at an average shop. Probably better at finding a playable, too. Yeah, this was like a kind of a cool solution for shops being bad late. Just having an event in the shop slot that still got you an item, but didn't feel as bad as a shop. Like, you always got something out of it. You could sink gold into it if you wanted to. It's not a huge change, but... Fixed a bug where Sylvia was still spawning on day 1. Cool. Lich encounter nerfed. 400 less health. Removed improved toxins. How much poison is improved toxins? What rarity did he have? Does he kill you significantly slower now? Thieves' Gold Medallion, Genie's Lamp, removed due to bugs or issues with the flow. Hey, everybody. Astrolabe. Now the cooldown goes down. Okay. With there being fewer feathers and insect wings to go around, it's probably a lot harder to exploit cooldown going down on level ups or on upgrades. But I don't know, could be cool. It's not going to be like the pulse rifle upgrades where going from 4 to 3 seconds after you throw 2 insect wings on it got you like a 2.2 second pulse rifle. I think they did this a couple more times in the notes too. No longer shields. Haste a non-weapon for 2 seconds. Whenever you use another non-weapon, charge this 1 second. Oh, so this is still just like the worst haste item, except now the reason to play it before was that it was another pearl for your board. Manage a patch? Yep, it is patch day. Now that reason is gone, and it's just the worst haste item. Unless you really just need a medium item that activates quickly. Being non-weapon means you can't even use it with trebuchet. Kind of weird. Barrel is now shield 10. What? Okay, what did they do to barrel? That doesn't read correct. Okay, so it is flat 10. The scaling also got halved, right? This was 10, 20, 30, 40. Blowgun now starts at gold, and this cooldown goes down. A 2 second change. Again, this would be really cool if there were wings and feathers again. But until we've got a good way to get those, this is less impactful than it would be otherwise. You just see so few of them. Chum now gives your aquatic items 4, 6, 8, 10 crit chance. So doubling the crit chance on Chum. Still a 4 second cooldown. Silencer never had the tool type, but gains the tech type. Okay. Reduces weapon cooldown by... Okay, so Bronze Silencer is better. Diamond Silencer and Gold Silencer are worse. Interesting. Kind of makes sense. Nerfing Silencer makes a lot of sense. It's weird because Silencer kind of made a lot of items playable, but at the same time it's probably not the best that those items are only playable because of Silencer. There's like a bunch of off-class items that are weirdly viable on Vanessa because Silencer exists. Or like a bunch of monster drops that are very good on Vanessa because of Silencer. Like Infernal Greatsword. Fixed a bug with Trebuchet's cooldown being lower. Okay. Fixed a bug with Electric Eel's Icy. Sure. So is Ray just an actual type now? Yeah, okay. So it's no longer just based on card name. You just gave it a tag. Makes sense. Cannonade. Damage scales, but the charge no longer does. Starts at 2 seconds at... Oh, it's back to gold. I was gonna say, starting at 2-second charge on silver is kind of interesting. Every 3 times you use a weapon, do 100 damage. It still can crit. It still might be better than old Cannonade. It's probably better than old Cannonade. Hey, Rysel. Captain's Wheel, heats adjacent items, 1, 2, 3 seconds. If you have a vehicle or large item, reduce this item's cooldown by 50%. Oh, but it doesn't charge at all now. So you're no longer using Captain's Wheel to get a ton of haste triggers. And it's not looping with things anymore. It doesn't loop with Treb ever. What do you do with Trebuchet now? Water Wheel's still bad, right? Do you think Water Wheel even worse? It's probably in the patch notes here somewhere, but... Water Wheel, cooldown 987. Haste your other items 2 seconds. When you use an adjacent item, charge this 2 seconds. Whoa, MBT. Thanks for the raid. Welcome, everybody. Hope your stream went well. Not the raid I expected. We're just going through the patch notes real quick before hopping into a Bazaar run. Dock line starts at silver. Incendiary rounds reverted. Javelin, submarine, torpedo. Use another aquatic. Charge this 1 second. So no longer scaling. Back to what it was. All your Vanessa builds have been gutted. Yeah, if all your Vanessa builds were these aquatic builds, I don't know how playable they are anymore. Pufferfish scales its poison now, but it's so much slower. In multiple ways. Ramrod redesigned. 8-second cooldown from 4. Reload adjacent ammo items. 1, 2, or 3 ammo. Ammo items everywhere have crit chance? Okay. Puffer's also a 6-second cooldown now. Oh! Hooray, unlisted patch notes. I see. Could be worse. For items run out of ammo, charge this 1 second. Dually got gutted too from Comp Core changes. Comp Core doesn't matter. Trebuchet, deal 25, 50, 75, 100 damage from 50. So Trebuchet is back to scaling everything. Does damage. The burn starts out way lower, though. It was 7 burn at bronze before, right? I guess it charges a bit faster at bronze now. But it no longer goes back to 8-second cooldown. So it takes 5 item activations or 5 hastes to activate Treb once. Captain's Wheel and Water Wheel were the way you looped with Treb before. But you probably can't loop with those anymore. There might still be a way to build Treb, but it's going to be a lot more narrow than it was before. Tripwire starts at gold and is reverted to whenever enemy uses an item, slow it for 1 or 2 seconds. Sure. This is still just a worse stock lines, but cool. Turtle Shell, shield 25. Shield items gain some shield. Did it? This didn't scale before? Huh. It just got really fast, I guess. When using another non-weapon item, charge this 1 second. Yeah. Is it still 5-second cooldown? 6-second cooldown. Oh. Man, they did not want this comp to exist anymore. Okay. Water Wheel, 987 cooldown. Oh, yeah, we just looked at this. Windmill wasn't charging the right items. Chapeau had an issue with its cost, apparently. Bushel upgrades no longer increase charge, thank God. Caltrops now starts at gold tier? What? Okay, so this is irrelevant. Getting it to diamond does not matter. Wait, Caltrops just got significantly easier to find. Huh. Crook has a reliable endgame now? Kind of weird. I guess Crook also got Giga nerfed. Almost cut in half. Maybe not a reliable endgame. I don't think these cancel each other out. At the very least, I think the best case for this is now if you're playing Crook, you're hoping to fish for matchups that lose to Caltrops. Otherwise, you just don't have enough damage most of the time. Let's transition to Lion Cane. That plan got a lot worse with the most recent patch, losing the level up reward to turn gold into life. And even then, you didn't always find the Lion Cane, but like having multiple good mediums to hit at gold is kind of a big deal. Much easier to find one of them. So one item for 1, 2, 3, 4 seconds. Okay. Is it still just smalls? No, okay. So it is a nerfed version of the marbles from 2 patches ago. It's a 4-second cooldown instead of a 3-second cooldown. Meh. Matchbox now applies a good amount of burn, but the charge doesn't increase with levels. Cool. There might be some way to make this work. It's just so hard to scale up the burn on Pig. Imagine like Fiery Lemonade Stand still goes real hard. Fiery Pawn Shop, probably pretty insane. They didn't change Lemonade Stand, did they? Yeah, that's still there. I wouldn't be surprised if it's worth keeping this around on a lot of Pig builds, just for the chance of getting the Fiery Enchant on Lemonade Stand when you're on a Lemonade Stand game. Even if it's not good as like a burn 5 item. It gets pretty insane once you get that enchant and start scaling it up. Yeah, Crook got gutted. Model ship. Use an adjacent item, charge this 1 second. Sure. Just shield scales up a bit. Fort's cool. Cooldown 7 seconds. Shields more. All cooldowns, not just enemy item cooldowns, are increased. So it kind of mirrors Lethargy in that sense. And then your items with a cooldown of 8 seconds or greater have +1 multicast. So if you've got a Diamond Fort and a Lion Cane, your Lion Cane has multicast. And it being an 8-second cooldown is kind of just mirrored by the opponent's cooldowns also being longer. If your opponent's trying to use multiple items, this is a benefit to you. Basically, the slower your build is, the more you're benefiting from Fort over your opponent. Because it's taking twice as long to activate items 2 times than it is to activate items once. And this is also, of course, giving you the multicast in general. Beast of Burden Pig. Well, you can't start with Bob anymore. Regal Blade, maybe. That is possible. It's just kind of awkward that it starts at gold, but... The reason why I say that it's more likely to be Lion's Cane than Regal Blade is I feel like Regal Blade is pretty good at just going 10-0 and getting out. In which case, you never really have a chance to get a Diamond Fort to get multi-strike on it. Because the game's just over by then. But maybe if you pick up some losses, it does give you an out of finding Fort to get multicast. And winning late that way. Vineyard, cooldown 987 from 8. When you use an item, it gains heal equal to that... Wait. When you use an item, this gains heal equal to the value of that item for the fight. What? Wait, did this patch note change? I thought this was still a charge item. This is just unplayable, right? Okay. Gumball Machine fixed an issue where golden would still cost gold every hour. Gumball Machine is now a toy. Ice Cream Truck, cooldown to 8. This is so unnecessary. Ice Cream Truck was way underplayed last patch for how strong it was, but what are you doing with it now? They kind of killed the things that made Ice Cream Truck playable. All of them. Like, even Vineyard Landscraper, which were better with other things. Like, if you just want to make it so that the upgrade is more intuitive, like, it was weird that this went to 4 seconds at Diamond. Just making it go to 3 is fine, but this too? This too? Oh my god. Duct tape! It's back! It's back! Huge buff to Armored Core. Not sure how many other comps this matters for. I know a bunch of skills got changed. But, probably solid filler item everywhere, regardless. Fixed Omega Ray and Gamma Ray tooltips to mention themselves. Don't know what that means. First aid in Turbo now double tastery. Okay, well, fair enough. It was weird that it wasn't this, but yeah. Ballista, 40 damage from 30. When you haste, this gains half as much damage per haste. And when this gains haste, charge this 2 seconds. Still an 8-second cooldown? So, bit of a spoiler. This might have been playable if this wasn't also completely gutted. I don't know what you do with Bell with mixed message being gutted. It seems like it's too slow. But maybe the game overall slows down enough that there's something you can do with it. It really just depends if you have to... Like, what other haste can you get other than Metronome and Companion Core? Blast doors. Shield up. It's kind of an early game menace. We had some runs last match where we blast door it early. It's a lot of defense for 2 slots. When your opponent uses a weapon or item with burn, charges 2 seconds. Oh, even better at bronze than it was before. Oh, this thing's like twice as good as it was at bronze. More than twice as good as it was on bronze. Like, just this change would have made it twice as good as it is on bronze. It's also getting 50% more shield. Ray type, dinosaur type, tech type. Haste your other items 1, 2, 3 seconds. Gain regen. When you burn, charge this 2 seconds. I didn't even know this scaled. Huh. Power drill. Does less damage, but charges twice as fast. Could be cool. I don't know, there's always skills that made this thing loop before, right? And they changed a lot of the skills to not provide endless value anymore. Still a 10-second cooldown. Power drill might be really good. I'd be surprised, but maybe there's a way to make it work. Race Carl charges 2 at all tiers. Does more damage, though. Railgun. Wait. Okay, they buffed Railgun at silver. Buffed Railgun at gold. It's the same at diamond. Are cores techs? Wait. No. Can we not do this? It is. What are we doing? Oh, it's only 2 seconds. How many techs are there? How easy is this thing to charge? Oh, God. Okay. That's a little scary. That's also a little scary. Okay. This was probably nerfed enough that it's fine. It also starts at silver. Damn, they really did not want LEDs to still be a thing. Is fiber optics back yet? Nitro's a tech? It's a fast item. There's kind of a lot of these. When you use an adjacent tech, charge an item 1 second. That is very different than it used to be. What happened to our boy Microdave? He's back to being what he was before. Okay. There are This charging off of techs is way better than this just charging off of rays. I'm a little worried how quickly you're gonna kill with Railgun plus Atomic Clock. Oops. It does take 5 activations to charge it. Maybe it's fine. There's a big difference between 2 and 3. Oh, it's just like all the fast items are also charging the core faster. The core being fast is also charging the railgun faster. Like, there is kind of a feedback loop here. Railgun gives 2-second charge to the core, which then charges the railgun again. Arc Blaster. We use a tech. Charge this 1 second. Okay. But it doesn't scale. Hamlet is just a 1-second charge. Armadillo, just a 2-second charge. Microdave, just a 1-second charge. Brick Buddy got its scaling per level cut in half. So Bronze Brick Buddy is just as good as it was before, but Silver Brick Buddy is... what is that, 25% worse? Reasonable. So what, this is like a big win for Red Core Dually, I think? Unless Duct Tape existing makes up for the difference in shield. Companion Core, yeah, he will not be missed. Haste adjacent items. Does that let you do anything cool? Companion Core still just gets sped up by friends, right? So you still want to have a bunch of friends. This Companion Core, I will not. Motherboard gains tech. Deadly Motherboard gives the core crits. A bunch of things gain tech. A bunch of things are no longer tools, but gain tech. Oh, no more retooled Atomic Clock? No more retooled battery? Adorable. A bunch of little changes. They couldn't just revert earrings. Earrings was such a cool item before. They reverted duct tape. Okay, Pendulum's Pendulum. Proboscis reverted to when you slow, do damage. Cool. Proboscis back to being the meme it always wanted to be. And then a whole bunch of skill changes that I am definitely not reading through right now. The core idea is a lot of things are now limited to a number of times, which probably makes defensive comps a little more viable when they're not just getting buried by skills, and dragging out a fight means that you run out your opponent's skills as well. But yeah, let's launch the game. Fastest patch note review yet. It's making me log in. They get rid of infinite loop stuff. Yes. I think all of the charge stuff got gutted. I think Yo-Yo is the same as what it was. It might be the only charge item that wasn't tweaked in some way.